All right, today you are learning about Newton's first law, which is the law of inertia. So you've probably heard of Newton's laws. You probably have not heard the word inertia before, maybe you know that word. Inertia is the tendency of an object at rest to stay at rest, or an object in motion to stay in motion, unless acted on by an unbalanced force. If you stop and think about that, that's really common sense. Y'all know that. You set your phone down. Your phone's going to stay at rest unless acted on by an unbalanced force, like you picking it back up. It's not just magically going to jump up and move across the room on its own. Anything you set down is going to stay at rest unless a force is applied to it, so an unbalanced force. So that's what inertia means. Before I go to that picture, one example that I want y'all to think of is if you're riding in a car. The car is in motion, right? So you're in motion. If the car is going 70 miles per hour, you're going 70 miles per hour. I don't know if y'all realize that, but that's why the higher speed crash, the bigger the injury. Or think about when someone's driving and they slam on the brakes. You're riding, you swing forward like that. If they're going slow, 15, 20 miles per hour, and they slam on the brakes, you're only going to go forward a little bit. But if they are going like 70 miles per hour, you might fly forward, right? Because you were going faster. The car was going faster, you were going faster. If the car is moving, you're moving. Okay, so y'all got that part. So an object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted on by an unbalanced force. So if the car is going, it's going to remain in motion until acted on by an unbalanced force. For example, if a car is going 70 miles per hour and it runs into another car, that would be the unbalanced force. But when the car runs into another car, you don't just immediately stop in your seat and sit back. You fly forward because your body is still in motion. So you continue forward until an unbalanced force acts on you. What unbalanced force would stop your body from moving forward? So a car gets in a crash, you're going forward, what's going to stop you? Hopefully your seatbelt pulls you back. Hopefully that's what stops you. At 70, 80, 90 miles per hour, that seatbelt might leave a bruise. But if it's not your seatbelt, that means it's the windshield. That means you kept flying until you went through the windshield. And that would be the unbalanced force that stops you. That is why people can be ejected from their cars into a ditch in a car crash, because the car stopped moving instantly, but their body keeps going forward at the same speed. So if you get in a 75 mile per hour car crash, you don't have your seatbelt on, your body is moving forward through the windshield at 75 miles per hour. That is why people can be found feet away. So another example that I found a few years ago that I thought was cool is look at this 18-wheeler. It's carrying a massive hunk of stone. The 18-wheeler clearly had to slam on its brakes. So the unbalanced force that acted on the 18-wheeler was its brakes. But the stone, it was still moving at whatever speed the 18-wheeler was going. So let's say the 18-wheeler was going 60 miles per hour. That stone was still moving forward at 60 miles per hour. And so the unbalanced force that acted on it was the front of the 18-wheeler, which means that person up there got crushed because that stone still kept moving until an unbalanced force acted on it. So if an object is at rest, it's going to stay at rest unless an unbalanced force acts on it. If an object is in motion, it's going to stay in motion unless an unbalanced force acts on it.